Assalamu alaikum. Students, the fourth lecture of the series is FM generation, and the method which we are going to study in this lecture is direct method. The CLOs which we are covering in this topic is CLO1, and this topic is present in section 5.3 of your textbook. The topics which we are covering today is related to direct generation of FM waves, and it includes its operation, advantages and disadvantages. So if we talk about generation of FM waves, then there are two ways to generate FM signals. The first one is direct method or parameter variation or Hartley oscillator, and the second method is indirect method or Armstrong method. Today we will discuss direct method. Direct method, which is also known as parameter variation method, is a method where the baseband or modulating signal directly modulates the carrier. The carrier signal is generated with the help of an oscillator circuit, and in this method frequency modulation is done using a voltage control oscillator, which is also known as VCO. VCO is an oscillator whose frequency is controlled by an external voltage. The frequency of VCO is varied according to the modulating signal simply by putting a shunt voltage variable capacitor with its tuned circuit. This voltage variable capacitor is called varactor or varicap. This type of property is also exhibited by reversed biased semiconductor diodes. Therefore, in VCO, oscillation frequency changes linearly with voltage control, and in direct FM generation system, the instantaneous frequency of carrier wave is varied in accordance with baseband signal M of t amplitude variations by using VCO. So here the main working is basically based on voltage control oscillator. So at this stage we know that in direct FM generation, the instantaneous frequency of the carrier is changed directly in proportion with the message signal, and for this purpose a device called VCO is used. VCO is usually implemented by using a sinusoidal oscillator with a tuned circuit. The frequency of this oscillator is changed by incremented variation in the reactive components involved in the tuned circuit. If capacitance or inductance of a tuned circuit of an oscillator is changed in accordance with the amplitude of modulating signal, then FM can be obtained. An example of direct FM is shown in this figure, which is using a Hartley oscillator along with a varactor diode. The varactor diode is reversed biased. Its capacitance is dependent on the reverse voltage applied across it. The frequency of oscillations of Hartley oscillator is given by this formula. Here we have 1 over 2 pi under root L1 plus L2 into C. These L1 and L2 are the inductance. Here we have inductance 1 and inductor 2, and then in parallel we have capacitor, and here this is basically a symbol for varactor diode. So this circuit is used to determine the frequency of the network. So the total capacitance of this circuit is based on this C and C varactor. So the capacitor was the capacitor portion is assumed to consist of a fixed capacitor. This is fixed capacitor. Its capacitance is basically fixed, and it is present in parallel with the voltage variable capacitor, so which is also known as varactor diode. And why we are saying this is voltage variable capacitor? Because when the voltage of the modulating signal is changing, then the capacitance of this capacitor is also changing. So the instantaneous frequency of the FM signal is depending on this circuit, and here we have L1 and L2 which are in series, and C and C dash which are in parallel. So all these components will play an important role in determining the frequency of the FM signal. So here we will discuss the operation of this varactor diode, or operation of this oscillation circuit, which we have seen previously, and we can divide our operation into two parts. The first one is case 1, where our diode, that is varactor diode, is reverse biased, and case 2 where our diode is forward biased, because we know that diode acts in two ways. For half cycle it has it is reverse biased, and for the other half it is forward biased. So when diode is reverse biased and M of t, our message signal, is positive, so here negative is being connected with this positive, and the positive terminal is connected with negative part of this diode. Now due to this arrangement, the diode is reverse biased, and when this reverse bias biasing is increased, it has the depletion width will also increase. We know that because of reverse bias, the depletion width of the diode is increased. So because when the depletion width will increase, the capacitance will decrease, because capacitance and this depletion width has inverse relationship. So when capacitance will decrease, now according to this equation, we know that when the denominator of this form, when the denominator is decreasing, then here the Fi, the overall Fi, will be increasing. So we can say that when M of t is positive, instantaneous frequency will increase, and this figure is showing why, because diode is reverse biased, and when reverse biasing is increased, depletion width is also increased, capacitance will decrease, and then in return Fi will increase. Now come at the second part, when the diode is forward biased. Now when diode will be in forward bias stage, depletion width will decrease. As a result, capacitance will increase, and when this denominator will increase, then instantaneous frequency will decrease. So in this way we can say that when M of t is negative, the instantaneous frequency is decreasing. This is the same result, or the same observation, which we have seen in previous slides, where when M of t, when the amplitude of M of t was increasing, then we were getting high frequency, and when M of t, when the amplitude of M of t was decreasing and it was reaching its minus peak, then the frequency of the signal was decreasing. So we can say that if we are giving M of t to this VCO, then at the output we are getting FM signal, and this is direct generation. So, and how VCO is working, this is what we have just seen. So, and another important point is here, because of voltage conversion we are getting frequency conversions. That's why we are using VCO, voltage control oscillator. So now if we talk about the advantages of direct FM generation, then direct FM generation produces sufficient frequency deviation and requires little frequency multiplication. As you can see that we did not use any frequency multiplier in our circuit, which is the case with indirect generation. So the main advantage of direct FM generation is that we don't need any frequency multiplier. If we talk about the disadvantages, then poor frequency stability is the main disadvantage of FM generation, direct FM generation, because frequency tends to drift. So additional circuitry is required for frequency stabilization. Actually, in direct method of FM generation, it is not easy to get a high order stability in carrier frequency. This is due to the fact that generation of carrier signal is directly affected by the baseband or modulating signal. The baseband signal directly controls the circuit of carrier generator, and thus a stable oscillator circuit cannot be used. This means that the carrier generation cannot be of high stability, which is a necessary requirement. Our solution to this problem is the indirect method, that is Armstrong method of FM generation. And this method is what will be the topic of our next lecture. So this is all about FM generation direct method. So in this lecture we have studied FM generation, and for that purpose we have two methods, direct methods, which was the topic of this lecture, and indirect method will be studied in the next lecture. Thank you for now. This is all for this lecture.